wonderful vibe. What a match this is turning out to be. The defending champions on the back foot in game number 1 in season 2 of the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League. The Kathmandu Gurkhas now will be in hot pursuit of a magical figure, and that is going to be 1-3-1. They're put into bat. Just 3 batters got into double figures. Asif Sheikh was a picture of focus and concentration. He got 54 and 41. Matured innings, held one end, and then towards the end, it was Mayan Yadav and Lahiru's partnership that took them past the 100-run mark and dug them out of a deep hole and got them to 130 for 6 in the 20 overs. Disciplined bowling, just the extras, great catching. The Kathmandu Gorkhas played their part this evening. They've really come back well after season 1 and done their homework exceptionally well. This man, certainly he was solid in defense, sublime in attack. He picked his deliveries to perfection, played some measured cricket, played both sides of the wicket as well, and looked good all around the dial. A couple of good lusty blows as well over extra cover, and he brought up the first 50 of season 2 of the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League. Fazal Khalil alongside me was really impressed with the Kathmandu Gorkhas bowling performance.
Well, yes, especially once they got Asif Sheikh out, Milind Kumar, the pick of the bowlers, 4 overs, 15 runs for his 3 wickets. Really, that left arm spin, foxing the defending champions. The Bolts were pushed back really by the left arm spinner there and restricting them to that total of 130. Seems like it's a low total, Mikhail, but it's the first game of the season. Kathmandu Gorkhas will be under pressure coming out there and chasing these runs because they are up against the defending champions. So there's a lot more to play for, and it all depends on how the outfield will be with all the dew that Andrew Leonard was talking about.
Yeah, Milind was spectacular with the ball. Overseas recruit, justifying his presence in the middle. He struck very early, sent Lahiru Milanta very early, and then the captain was sent packing. Brilliant catch by Erasmus in the deep. And then the batter played all over this one to see his bails shattered. Milind Kumar was spectacular with the ball this evening.
Really nice to see an off spinner coming early in a T20 game. That's what the Kathmandu Gorkhas will need when they come out to bat from their 20 overs. It's not going to be easy, but they'll still need to bat well, especially in those first 6 overs.
Yeah, they'll be in hot pursuit of 1-3-1. We'll get you all the live action and the chase as well by the Gurkhas on the other side of a short break. We are coming to you live from the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Stadium here, day one, match number one in season two. And the Kathmandu Gurkhas have their task cut out. They need 131 in 20 overs at an economy, rather, a run rate of a little over 6.5. Well, mm, just a year ago, around the same time, something spectacular happened on the final day. And it was the Janakpur Bulls who prevailed in what was a historic win for them. Yeah, I remember I was on comms during that time calling this final run as well, and it was euphoria, ecstasy as the Janakpur Bowls just erupted into joy. Look at them, great visuals, and it just turned out to be so brilliantly executed by the Bowls. Everything that they did it right. They say when you're playing the big games, Fazal, you got to get your basics right, and they did that. They lost to the Sudur Pashchim Royals in the league stages. So they were coming on the back of 2 to 3 losses, and they only had this one opportunity, and they beat them in the big final.
So they got the sweet revenge that we talk about, isn't it? Let's take a look at the confirmation there. The Sudur Pashchim Royals 184 for 969 for Saif. Kishore 3 for 25 in that big final. Mohsin 3 for 40 for him. Really set up that chase, did Milanta. 87 of 49. And Asif, the marquee player for the Janakpur Bolts, 33 of those, 30 in the end. Undefeated for Harsh, taking them to that most famous win in the Nepal Premier League Season 1, winning by 5 wickets. Now we are back live. They'll have to come out there and defend a relatively low total. 130 is what they have on the board, but the Gurkhas will need to come and make a first impression in those first 6 overs. They need to really make that count. I'm just wondering whether there could be a little bit of dew around as well. If the dew sets in, Mikhail, 130 will be really easy to chase, because once that ball gets onto the turf and collects a lot of dew, it becomes very difficult to grip.
Yeah, it does get a lot soapy as well. Once it gets heavy, the deviation and swing as well goes away. Anil Saz very aware of what the situation presents at the moment to him and his side. Missed out with the bat today. It's his birthday, by the way. November 17th. A lovely evening. All eyes will be on the opening combination of Kathmandu Gurkhas. They've had their problems with their batting in season 1, and something that they've really laid emphasis on is to improve upon that batting core. Ben Charlesworth, strike rate of 146, and look at those numbers, 776 in his 44 with 350s. He was brilliant behind the stumps this evening. Wonderful stumping, a great catch. He gets a couple of runs. He can certainly be a contender for the MVP in this game as well if the Gurkhas put it past the Janakpur Bowls. Akash Tripathi at the other end, so a left and right combination, much like how the Janakpur Bowls as well came out.
Was the onus of securing that breakthrough with me on Kishore Mahato. 10 matches for him, just 14 wickets, 4 for 35 is best. Slightly high on the economy, but it's understandable. He bowls in the power play, so 8.03 runs to the over will be okay if he can pick up a few wickets early in the piece. A slip in place, that's good thinking by the skipper. The 2 fielders out. You can see the field. There's a deep third man in place. And a deep square leg. Oh, it's really difficult to pick up these players, Mikhail, in the background. There's so much a crowd around. Just moments away from now, the run chase. Just waiting for confirmation from the umpire, Mikhail Vaswani.
And Kishore Mahato joined second highest wicket taker last season, 14 wickets for him with the ball in hand. Gets an inside edge. Begins with a streaky 4. They all count. Kathmandu Gurkhas, they're away in this chase, and they register their first runs as well.
Well, a really nervous prod outside that off stump. Lucky that the inside edge didn't go on to the stumps. Just take a look at that. Just hanging his bat out there. That's always going to happen when the bat comes down in an angle. There it is. Just that angle there exposes the inner edge. But runs are runs wherever they come from. And 4 of them to open the account for the Gurkhas.
Yeah, good shape on this delivery. Ideally, you want to just get a bit more closer to the bat and entice the batter into pushing forward or just hanging his bat around the ball that's leaving him. You've embraced the Nepal culture beautifully, Fazal. The Dhaka topi sitting very pretty on you.
Well, absolutely. I mean, a lovely gift by Andrew Leonard. That's the kind of hospitality that you expect from this wonderful country. I'm really impressed to see this ground, lush green outfield, really good pitch. The lights have come on, the first time ever that there's a day-night game being played. And this is exactly what you were talking about, Mikhail. Just come a little closer. Just take a look at that site. Beautiful ground. This wasn't there 12 months ago, I was told. So they've really worked hard, the Nepal Cricket Association. Full marks for them. There it is. That's the Dhaka topi that I was presented with earlier in the evening from Andrew Leonard. Just trying to get my hands on one of those scarves as well. Just, stick to the tradition down the track, down the ground as well. Should get the run and stick to that. Took the chance, just not paying off for him, Mikhail.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few batters just slip around that 22 yards region, especially when they're trying to come back for that second run. We saw it early in the day as well, when Janakpur bowls were batting. Take a look at this. Just at the turn, when he's setting out for that run again, there. Just not been able to find the right footing over here. Just wonder if it can get a bit of a problem as the night progresses.
Well, I'm just wondering whether there is a little bit of dew there. Just take a look at that one again and see exactly what happened there. Look at the grass on the pitch. That'll be called a wide for sure. Just overdoing it a little is Kishore. He'll have to stick to the width of the stumps. Let's just take a look at the running again and what exactly happened there. Down the track, not getting the ball in the middle of the bat, but gets the single and right there, skidding. So what? There's a lot of grass on the pitch, Mikhail, and the adjacent strip has even more. So if your nails don't go into the ground, you're going to slip there. You have to be careful on 2 counts. One, slipping, and the other, the nail getting so stuck in the ground when they turn, their knees will be in question. They need to be careful of the knees as well. And just let's see if there's a little bit of dew around as well.
And that's why sometimes as a batter, when you're setting off for that run or maybe the second run, you're just in that conundrum of a situation, whether do I run on the turf or just outside of it. I'm just trying to figure out if there's any amount of droplets that we can see on the surface of the grass. Now fuller delivery straight to the fielder at mid-off. Yeah, maybe a nice little swoosh across the grass will give us a fair indication of the dew factor. After over number 1, it's 6 for no loss.
This November, get ready as cricket's fastest format returns.
Pull away for 6.
10 teams, 12 days of explosive action.
Magnificent 100.
Where the biggest names in the game go all out.
Hold him.
It's T10. Blink and you'll miss it.
That's a big wicket.
It's Abu Dhabi.
Qualifiers stacked up. On the 9th of December, you have qualifier 1, then the big eliminator on the 10th of December, and then qualifier 2 on the 11th. Break day will take us into the big final on the 13th of December. Yeah, it's a month-long, almost a month-long carnival, the festival of the Himalayas. And the captain introduces himself, realizing spin has done the bulk of the damage. He's brought himself on.
Probably a good move this, because they'll have to make the play. They'll have to get pace off the deck. And Tripathi. There it is. Just no timing. Trying to hit the ball a little too hard. No timing in that for Tripathi.
Also, Faisal, maybe keeping in mind if the due factor comes in a little later, then gripping the ball for a spinner would be a lot more difficult. So maybe with a hard new ball, you could do that much more better. That could be one of the reasons. That's been cut away. Short and wide, asking to be hit. And that's a very fine strike from the bat of Tripathi.
There's always going to be the risk that the off spinner will run, because he's trying to eliminate that shot over mid wicket. So overcompensating by the one outside the off stump. Just take a look at that. And that was a nice Encel Super 4. Just going on with the arm, no real turn. You don't expect the ball to turn on a pitch which has so much of grass. Nice hard bound. We did see HD Ackerman there out in the middle telling us about how the pitch would play, and it's played exactly as per script.
Nicely guided straight to short third, but we did see Shah Alam and Santosh Yadav get the ball to turn a bit, those couple of deliveries, particularly when they slowed the pace.
Could be because of a little bit of moisture underneath the surface. These pitches have to last close to a month, so the curator will have that in mind. 2 done, 10 for none.